Hi, my name is Andrea and I'm a voice and guitar instructor at Allegro. And in this video, I'd like to talk to you about breathing, specifically breathing when it comes to singing. And what is the right way to breathe? How do we trigger that right type of diaphragmatic breathing? And how do we make sure that it's not something that holds us back with singing, something that makes us feel like we don't understand it so we get scared of it? Because we breathe with our diaphragm all the time. So let's dive in. Let's first feel what our diaphragm is and how it works. What I want you to do for this first exercise is put your hands right around the bottom of your rib cage. You can even feel the bottom of your rib cage come down to almost your waist. So just put your hands along each side. And then what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes, let out all your air through your mouth, and then take a nice breath in through the nose. And feel that rib cage expand and the belly come out. Now let that air out again through the mouth and a nice deep breath through the nose. Excellent. One more out and one more in through the nose. Good. You should feel that rib cage expand, the belly come outward. What's happening there is you are feeling your diaphragm in action. Your diaphragm is a muscle that stretches along the bottom of that rib cage all the way across your body, separating your respiratory organs, all your lungs, everything up here, from your digestive organs below. And that diaphragm is important because when we take in the air and it goes downward to make room for that air, and your belly comes out, and then as we release the air, it comes upward. If we don't have control or a relationship with our brain connecting to our diaphragm, meaning we're not aware of what's happening, then we don't know how to strengthen it and we don't know how to sustain phrases with control because we've never been in tune with the diaphragm and how it works. So that's what I want you to do first, is get in tune with your diaphragm. Do some of this deep breathing, maybe just for 5 minutes. Put your hands around your rib cage, breathe in through the nose with your eyes closed, feel the belly rise, breathe out through the mouth, feel the belly fall. You breathe all the time with your diaphragm. When you lie down to go to sleep at night, you'll notice your most relaxed state, your eyes closed, you're breathing in through the nose, the belly is rising and falling. That is the relaxed type of breathing you're doing that I want you to trigger when you're singing. Now, why is it hard to trigger that breathing when we're singing? Why doesn't that just happen naturally? Why do we even have to think about it? Well, first of all, the body isn't built to sustain big, loud notes through the vocal cords unless it's an emergency. Instinctually, the only time we want to make big, loud sounds in nature is if we're in trouble. And so if we're trying to take deep breaths to have long, beautiful phrases and we want them to be a little louder, or our body sometimes will do the wrong kind of breathing. It will do an emergency breath, a shallow emergency breath, because it doesn't realize we want to sustain the breath and have deep breaths happen when we're singing. So we have to tell the brain that singing is a relaxation practice, that it's something we're doing in a relaxed state, and then balance that relaxation with activation and energy. So the diaphragm is working for us and not against us. So it's not tense, but it's also not these shallow breaths without using the diaphragm that we normally do when we want to make loud sounds. So let's make the wrong breath. Let's feel the wrong breath. Let out all your air. And then I want you to breathe in like you're about to scream or like you're surprised. Don't scream, but just breathe in like you're about to. Like the big puff of air. Try it again. Breathe out through your nose, and then you're very surprised you're about to scream. You can feel how it's an intake through the mouth, 1, and then 2, the chest puffs out and the shoulders come up, and that's kind of a tense, and that's a tense reaction to the breath. So that's not the kind of breathing we want to do when we're singing. So now you felt the wrong way, the shallow, surprised breath, and then you've closed your eyes and you felt the kind of breathing you do when you're about to fall asleep, or when you're practicing yoga, or if you meditate, this relaxed state breathing where we trigger the diaphragm. So in order to get in touch with triggering the diaphragm when you sing, one easy way is to be aware of taking a nice deep nose breath before you start an exercise or before you start the beginning of your first phrase of a song. You usually have a nice few measures, or you can pause right before you start a performance and take in a few deep nose breaths. What that does is that tells your mind and your body that what you're about to do is a relaxing exercise, not an emergency, not something where you just want to take in shallow breaths. And it also relaxes the body for your performance, because you don't want to be tense for your performance. You want to have relaxation. And the reason why the nose does that and not the mouth is because the mouth was more developed for digestion and eating. The nose was developed for respiratory use. So the nose has all those nice little hairs in there that filter allergens. It's got the moist passageways that warm and moisten the air to make it really comfy in our lungs when it gets down there. So if you use that nose breath at first, just the first breath before you start to sing or perform or before you start an exercise, then it's telling your body, hey, we're relaxed, you've got a nice fill up, the tank is full. So whenever you need a short breath through the mouth while you're singing, because you can't do nose breaths all the time, of course not. So when you do those short breaths through the mouth, you've already communicated with your brain and your diaphragm to say, hey, okay, even when I'm taking these short breaths, it's not an emergency, it's a relaxed state. We're gonna do a deep one. So that communication between the brain and the diaphragm is very important to develop and be aware of. So once you have that and you've started to feel what it feels like when you do your diaphragmatic breathing, a couple more exercises you can do for muscle control and start to build the connection with that muscle and the strength of it are some counting exercises where you count the inhale, hold the inhale for a count, and then exhale for a count. So let's do one of those. Let's go over those now that you understand how the diaphragm works. Okay, so make sure for these exercises your feet are flat on the floor. Roll your shoulders back so you've got some good posture. Don't puff out your chest. You want to find a comfortable position where it feels activated yet relaxed. So if your shoulders are up high or you're slumped over, you're crushing down that diaphragm. This way you're adding tension. You just want to relax those shoulders, relax that body, but be sitting upward. So all of these muscles and all this respiratory work we're going to do isn't crunched over. We have plenty of room for it. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through the nose for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, then exhale for 4. And we're going to do that 5 times in a row. So here we go. And with each of those 4 counts on the way in, make it a little bit of a puff, puff, puff breath in through the nose, like you're smelling a beautiful flower. So breathe out all your air, then in through the nose 4. Good. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Now this time let's do it again. And why don't you go ahead and put your hands around your ribcage so you can feel it and close your eyes. Now let out all your air through your mouth. In through for 4 puffs. Make sure that belly is getting full. Then hold for 4 and exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was number 2. Let's do 3. Here we go. Hold for 4, 1, 2. Exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Again, puffs in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Then hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, let's do 2 more. Here we go, in. Good, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Good, last one. Inhale. Good, hold for 4. Exhale for 4. 2, 3, 4. Good. You might wonder how this is going to do anything for our singing. Why is this building strength? Well, the first thing it's doing is we are connecting our brain to our breathing, and we're saying to our body exactly what we want it to do. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. We are also making sure with those puffs in through the nose that we're using our nice, warm, comfy respiratory breaths for relaxed breathing. And we're going to hold that breath in for 4, so we're using that muscle to hold, and then we're using that muscle to control the release for 4. So you're starting to communicate with that muscle, you're going to start to build strength with that muscle, and the more you do it, the more it's going to be reactionary to do that when you sing. Okay, next exercise I'd like to try for breathing is we're going to take away the puffs of breath and just do a nice deliberate count of breath in for 4. And then we're going to say all the days of the week for the exhale. And you can hold for just a second in between, just to kind of make sure you've got that breath in, hold, and then all the days of the week. So let's try that together. So close your eyes, inhale for 4, hold for a second, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good. Okay, let's try that again. Inhale for 4. Hold for a second, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good, and make sure you can get through that whole breath, that whole phrase of all of the days of the week without taking a breath. Okay, in for 4. You can put your hands here if you need to. Hold for a second, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good. Now you want to make the volume of that exhale when you're singing or speaking those days of the week out. Make it a nice even sound. You don't want to go Monday, Tuesday. If you're pushing and trying to be loud, you're using too much air. If you're quiet, you're going to have way more air. You want to find that happy medium, that medium in between where you use almost all the breath, but you don't have to over push. Okay, one more of those. Inhale through the nose for 4. Hold for just a second. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Excellent. Once that starts to feel good, I want you to start to add the next day of the week that would follow in the next week, and see if you can add Monday to the next end, then Tuesday, then Wednesday. What you might have to do is make sure that your breath is very deliberate and deep. Make sure your volume control isn't too loud, or wait, you don't want to whisper way too soft. You want to find a nice happy medium where you can sustain that phrase even longer and make your goal longer. So let's try that together. Let's try to make it all the way to the next Tuesday. So in for 4, put your hands here, in for 4. Hold for just a second. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Good. And if you didn't make it, try to be more deliberate with the breath. Maybe just make it to Monday, then try Tuesday once you've gotten to Monday. Once you've gotten to Tuesday, we're going to try Wednesday. Let's try it all the way to the next Wednesday. All right, so out. Put your hands here. Good, nice 4 count in through the nose. Hold. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Good. If you still feel like you have breath and you can keep going, excellent. If you don't, think about how you can deepen that breath and control the release a little bit better so you're not Monday, Tuesday. If you lead with too much air, Monday, Tuesday, maybe you have a tendency to do that when you talk, then we have to just reprogram the brain to say, hey, hold some of that air in. We need it a little longer. So we need to communicate with our body to tell them we want to make, hey body, we want to make it through that whole next week. We want to do 2 weeks in a row. And see if you can slowly make it to 2 weeks in a row, all the way saying that at about that medium pace, medium volume, all the way through the days of the week 2 times in a row. And once you get there, that's doing a couple things. It's triggering the brain to help you connect with the diaphragm and connect with your breathing. And then it's also telling you that you're getting stronger and stronger with controlling the release of your breath and controlling that diaphragmatic muscle that does all of the release of the air and helps us control that release. And I encourage you to go onto YouTube after you've done some of these exercises with me and maybe look up some animations about the diaphragm and how it works. We can maybe even put some links to that in caption below of an animation of seeing the diaphragm and how it moves, because I can't see your diaphragm, you can't see your diaphragm. We have to do it all by feel. So to see it and see how it operates can kind of help you visualize what you're feeling. And so I hope you enjoy this, and you can use these breathing exercises not just for strengthening for singing, but also for relaxation. If you suffer from anxiety and you need or have panic attacks, some of these breathing exercises can be excellent for calming yourself and getting in tune with your breathing. Because in order to be relaxed with singing, we really have to bring our focus inward. And so singing is such a meditative exercise because we really need to focus on what's happening inside of our body. And in order to do that, we have to be very in tune with our body. And so those are things that you want to do in everyday life just to calm yourself and see if you can get a very calm energy. If you're feeling anxious or you feel panic coming on, you can use some of these exercises to calm that too. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And then I will load some more vocal exercises for you to do at home as well. All right, take care.